Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. I'm Michelle and I hope that you're going to enjoy all the content that is on this channel and that is more to come. And welcome to Sunday Q Session. So this is a new segment that I am introducing onto my channel where every single Sunday a video is going to come up, and it's basically just highlighting a question that we are going to meditate on and action on towards the week. This has been something that is super fruitful for me. I ask myself these questions a lot, and today, like I'm going to do for the next coming Sundays, I'm just going to be jotting down a couple of questions and actually going to be talking about them. So today I actually managed to put down a question for you guys that I think, you know, is the answer to it in the meditation upon it is going to be so helpful to everybody else, considering what's been happening around the world around the country rather, this past week. So the question for today is, what do I do now? Have you asked that question this week? Have you even pondered on the fact that, like, what's next? What do I actually do right now? And I just want to say that, you know, it's been such a heavy week for South Africa, and I think around the world as well, because yesterday there was a lot of things I was seeing around the news that are actually taking place. It's just been quite a heavy week with a lot of things that are happening, and in a lot of cases in South Africa, people have lost jobs, buildings have been burnt down, malls have been burned down. There's just been so much, and I think we can be left in the despair moment of trying to feel like, okay, what's my next step? What do I do right now? And I've just noted down about 4 points that I think are going to help you, that I'd really encourage you to actually meditate on this week, work around this week, strategize upon this week. And I think that this is going to be super helpful to each and every single person that is actually watching this video. So what this question comes from, actually being able to see what's happening around the world and just feeling like, what's my next step after right now? A lot of people that I've been talking to have lost jobs, you know, they've lost contracts, and myself included. You know, there's just, our lives have been disrupted more than any other season between last year and this year. And this year just feels like was like the last nail to the coffin for a lot of people. So I'm hoping that this discussion and this conversation is going to be super helpful. If you are interested in these type of videos, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel and give it a thumbs up if this video actually speaks to you. So the first point I actually want to share with you guys in terms of answering this question for yourself and meditating upon is, you need to be able to protect your mental health. This is something that I have realized that is going to be so crucial for the next coming weeks. You know, we can be so caught up in going on Twitter, going on all these social media platforms, and absorbing and intaking all of the news, all of the reports, all of the people's opinions, and there's just so much that's happening right now, and everybody's got something to say. And this means that if you oversaturate yourself with everybody's voice, you're actually not going to be able to cope, because we're not capacitated, you know, to intake so much information, especially at that rate. So the first and biggest thing is just to protect your mental health. Put relevant measures in place that are able to help you not intake a lot of other people's things and not intake a lot of the news that's happening. I think it's important to kind of get the highlight of, okay, cool, this is what's happening around the world right now, but it is not healthy to intake every single thing and read it to the lens. Because right now, if you go on Twitter, everybody's got an opinion. All the news reporters, everybody's got an opinion. But the biggest question is, what are you going to do with it? You only need to know what's happening, but you don't need to get into, you know, the specifics and all the things that are going to be hurtful towards you, and seeing other people getting hurt the more often. And I think that that's going to be a big saving grace in just being able to get up again, being able to stand up again, is protect your mental health at all costs. Even if it means that you need to stay off Twitter, you need to stay off social media, you need to at least not watch the news as much. This is something that I have done for myself. I'm like, you know what, I get what's happening, but I'm not going to over immerse myself, like spending hours watching that news channel that's been broadcasting everything that's happening around the world, literally live reporting, and me live watching it through the day. I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore, because it's not good for my mental health. It's not good for me. So this is something that I would definitely advise you to do. Protect your mental health, and only you know what measures your mental health actually needs right now, so that you can be able to function. Get those things and actually start applying those things immediately. So I think also it's going to help you have a great week. It's going to help you have a strategy within the week that we're coming into, which is super important. And you guys know a message I preach all the time. The second one is one of the most important tips that I'm going to share in this video. I have been doing Twitter spaces. If you don't follow me on Twitter, please do. I've been doing a lot of spaces that have been super helpful, that have been having quite a lot of people on there. My Twitter handle is Michelle_expert. If you need the link, it's literally in my description box. So I've been having a lot of these, and in every space that I've done or I've been invited to, I've gotten into this week. This is one thing that I have shared unashamedly, and I've been screaming at the top of my lungs, and that is recognize opportunity. Guys, the honest truth is every single crisis always opens up opportunity. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. Every single crisis always opens up opportunity. Look at what happened last year with the pandemic. It opened up a different industry of people manufacturing masks, and masks actually becoming a fashion accessory. That was an opportunity that is created. Your ability to recognize opportunity is going to keep your mind off what's actually happening and actually get your mind into an actual solution. You might be looking for a side hustle to start right now. Guys, if I was in Durban, I'd be selling bread. I'd be opening a bakery. I'd be making bread and going to the streets to sell bread, because that is where the opportunity is right now, where people do not have access to bread. So if I can make sure that I deliver bread, I have created a business for myself. I have created an income stream for myself. But that only comes when you are looking out for those opportunities and actually recognizing them. And you can only do that when you actually begin to sit and say, okay, having perspective on what's happening around the world right now. And after you've had that perspective, actually realizing that, okay, this is the problem. What is a solution within my reach that I can then begin to bring to the community? That is something that is super important. There's a lot of things that are happening right now where children are not going to school. Children, some of them are homeschooling, some of them are just sitting, especially the ones that go to public schools. There's a lot of measures or a lot of things that they don't have access to. But if you went to your communities and started offering homeschooling, where it's within that community, it can be done via WhatsApp. You can have 3-4 students and you can WhatsApp call while you teach them an hour a day. You can then begin to make money. But you need to be able to get your head out of the funk and actually start realizing that right now there are opportunities that are presenting themselves to the community at large, including you. And the people that are going to win, the people that are going to make it out, are the people that are going to sit, analyze, and then actually take some action. And you need to be one of those people. You guys know on this channel, we're all about productivity. We're all about definitely making the money, increasing your income streams. And this is something I highlight in every single video of mine. You need to recognize opportunity. Look at your community right now. If you're in Soweto, there's no bread in Soweto, guys. If you are in Soweto right now, that is something that you should be looking out for. How do you go to another place and actually start supplying bread? You might not, have the capacity to start a full-on business, but you can start small in your street. There's a lot of things that are being presented right now within everything that's happening around the world that I think that if you really put into perspective and sit down and start planning, you would be able to actually create a side hustle or a lucrative business for yourself, because you managed to recognize opportunity. We spoke a lot during the pandemic last year about being able to be an opportunist and having entrepreneurs that rise of crisis. That is a thing. Crisis is not time for you to sit and hang. Crisis is time for you to look out for what opportunities are there and then capitalizing on them and seeing how you monetize. If you are a creator, this is also your time. Create content. Everybody's at home. Everybody wants to watch videos. There's a lot of things that people really want. They want entertainment. They want motivation. They want action steps. They want a lot. This is your time to be creating, not to be sitting down and figuring out, what do I do right now? So the answers to this question I am literally giving you. And I really advise that you sit down, write some of these things down, right? Start carving out a strategy for yourself on how you can actually move ahead and make sure that, this is a lot more easier for you, and make sure that you get out of the funk and that you actually do something right now. Okay, I am going to have another separate video actually coming out about this point of being able to recognize opportunity in length. I think just to give you guys a bit of more context on how you can begin to do that in the specific community that you are in. So subscribe to the channel, have the notification bell on so that when the video does come out sometime in the week, you would be able to have access to it immediately. And then the third one is create. Again, I have been making so much noise about this on my Twitter platform, is create. Let me tell you something. I know that there's been a lot of conversation around social media platforms about, especially for content creators, about how they need to silence themselves, about how they need to talk about what's happening, and we've had several conversations about this on the different spaces, and we've come up with solutions. We've really come up with constructive conversations that are actually able to, motivate creators. But one of the biggest things I want to leave you for the context of this video is you need to create. This is not the time to sleep. This is not the time to hang out. This is not the time to be silent. This is not the time to even just, feel like nobody's going to watch, yay. This is the time to create. This is the time where you get up, you pull your camera, your phone, whatever it is, and give people content and show up. Because guys, the honest truth is, in months to come, springtime, when things are starting to open up and brands are starting to work, you want to be at the forefront of that. You want to already have increased your engagement. You want to already have worked towards your brand. You want to already have done something for yourself. And if you sit down right now, trying to wake up then when everybody is happy and everybody has settled, is not going to advantage you in any way. So you need to realize that you actually have the liberty now to work. If you've lost your job or whatever the case is, you've got the time right now to sit down and say, okay, cool, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. How about I release a video a day? Guys, consistency will take you so far. If you've got the time, you basically have a lot, and you can actually do so much. You've got the time to read those books. You've got the time to sit down and you've got the time to research on YouTube about how else you can make money. But start creating, you guys. I've been screaming this the entire week, that this is time to create, and I've taken that as my own advice, that you know what, I need to just go ham with content, and I need to just be creating, because that is something that is within my reach, and that is something that I can do right now. So create. I will literally scream that at the top of my lungs, that you need to create, okay? And then the last point I'm going to share is get in prayer. Y'all know that this was coming. Y'all know that we love Jesus on this channel. Get in prayer, you guys. I really have found that being just such a great peace of mind, because with everything that's happening around the world, the honest truth is we don't have the answers. And sometimes actually the people that we think have the answers don't actually have the answers. And the best thing you can do for yourself is just go back to your maker and go back to prayer. Literally sitting down and seeking God. Because, I was meditating on this the other day, and I don't remember where it is, but it says that, when you pray, I think it's in Matthew, that He will give you peace that surpasses all understanding. That peace that even in the midst of the storm and everything that's happening around the world, why am I so peaceful? Like, why am I not stressing? Like, why? Like, I don't, you might not have the money, but you're just like, why do I feel like I'm okay? That is peace from God, and that peace only comes from prayer and being connected to God. And I think that right now presents such a huge opportunity to pray for ourselves, our loved ones, for the world, for the country, for everything that's actually happening, so that we can get perspective. And I've also realized that being in prayer and being one with your maker also opens up, also opens up that sphere for you to begin to recognize opportunity, because the word of God says He never leaves nor forsake us, and we will never be hungry and have to beg for bread as children of the Lord. And right now, if you feel like you're in a position where you're financially unstable, or in a position where things are just not going well, you need to be able to go to prayer and trust that God is going to make a way. And guys, God does not just deliver bread from heaven. God delivers ideas. God delivers opportunities. God opens your eyes to the opportunities that are actually present to you right now. And this usually happens when you are connected to the source and you're connected to the maker. And that is just the last point I want to encourage you today, is that go to prayer, go to God, go back to God, spend time with Him. Even in all those things that you don't understand, I believe that He's going to give you clarity. I believe that He's going to open up a whole new world that you literally did not even realize that you needed opened up. So those are my 4 points for this video, and I really hope that they've been useful. Like I always say to you guys, every time I share anything on this channel, literally take it and capitalize on it, and actually carve out a strategy that works for yourself. How some of these tips might actually have worked for me could be different, but the important thing is realizing that it's the tip that you need to take, customize it to suit you, and then run with that. That is something that is super important, and that is how you can actually begin to walk the steps within everything else that you're doing. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, do give it a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, it is absolutely free. Please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are notified when new videos actually come on this channel. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.